in the shadow of the old state capitol, where Lincoln once called on a house divided to stand together, where common hopes and common dreams still live, I stand before you today to announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal,
that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is the true genius of America.
Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy.
I'm the son of a black man from Kenya and a white woman from Kansas.
They would give me an African name, Barack, or Blessed, believing that in a tolerant America, your name is no barrier to success.
Now is the time.
I stand here knowing I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
And I stand here today, grateful for the diversity of my heritage, aware that my parents' dreams live on in my 2 precious daughters.
We will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, 'tis of thee." Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring.
If you hear this message,
Let me say first,
I accept your nomination
for President of the United States.
the victory we seek in November will not be easy.
We meet at a special moment in history, you and I.
This moment, this election, is our chance to keep the American promise alive.
For the world is changing. The old era is ending. The old ways will not do.
We can do better.
We are better than these last 8 years. We are a better country than this.
We have got to go beyond the brain-dead politics in Washington and give our people the kind of government they deserve, a government that works for them.
All across America, something is stirred. What the naysayers don't understand is that this election has never been about me. It's about you. Change happens because the American people demand it, because they rise up and insist on new ideas and new leadership, a new politics for a new time.
I have news for the forces of greed and the defenders of the status quo.
Enough!
Your time has come and gone. It's time for a change in America.
I believe that as hard as it will be, the change we need is coming. Because I've seen it. Because I've lived it.
We are not here to curse the darkness. We are here to light a candle. Let the word go forth from this time and place that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
The American people have summoned the change we celebrate today. We have heard the trumpets. We have changed the guard. And now we must answer the call.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
I may not get there with you, but we as a people will get to the promised land.
What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. but his love and wisdom and compassion toward one another. Get lunch. You haven't had lunch yet?
The country wants to move in a different direction. We want to deal with our own problems within our own country, and we want peace in Vietnam.
It's time for us to change America.
And I intend to make that my basis for running
for President of the United States.
My thanks to all of you, and now let's go on to Chicago and let's win there.
Those of us who loved him and who take him to his rest today pray that what he was to us, what he wished for others, will someday come to pass for all the world. As he said many times, some men see things as they are and say why. I dream things that never were and say why not.
Nothing is going to keep me away from this special gathering tonight. I have come here tonight to stand with you, to change America, to restore its future, to rise to our best ideals.
Barack Obama will lead us away from the division and fear of the last 8 years back to unity and hope.
That's the promise of America. The idea that we are responsible for ourselves, but that we also rise or fall as one nation. The fundamental belief that I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. That's the promise we need to keep.
We are told that Barack Obama believes too much in an America of high principle and bold endeavor. But when John Kennedy thought of going to the moon, he didn't say it's too far to get there. And today, an American flag still marks the surface of the moon.
It is that American spirit, that American promise, that pushes us forward, even when the path is uncertain, that binds us together in spite of our differences, that makes us fix our eye not on what is seen, but what is unseen.
There is a new wave of change all around us, and if we set our compass true, we will reach our destination.
That better place around the bend. That promise is our greatest inheritance.
We are all Americans. This is what we do. We reach the moon. We scale the heights. I know it. I've seen it. I've lived it. And we can do it again.
It is that promise that 45 years ago today brought Americans from every corner of this land to stand together before Lincoln's memorial and hear a young preacher from Georgia speak of his dream.
We cannot walk alone,
the preacher cried.
As we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always
march ahead.
We cannot turn back.
America, we cannot turn back. Not with so much work to be done, not with so many children to educate and so many veterans to care for, not with an economy to fix and cities to rebuild and farms to save. America, we cannot turn back. We cannot walk alone. At this moment, in this election, we must pledge once more to march into the future.
The work begins anew. The hope rises again, and the dream lives on.